welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Pros Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Papa. I've never started the show saying Papa. Papa. That's what my son's been saying. Daddy, 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 all day long. Daddy, dada, daddy, daddy. Yes, son. His favorite thing to do, Denise, is he runs up and he goes, "Hi, daddy, hi," all day long. Hi, daddy. Just keep on saying it's cute. Keep on, keep on. Yeah, it is.
Until you're ready to change your name.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. He's my buddy. I'm a little more tough on my son than I am my daughter. You know, your firstborn is like that. It's like your little special one, and then your next one comes, and he's your little special one too. But then it's just like, nah, buddy, you weren't the first. Bridget, he may not be the last. I don't know. You know, we're hoping and praying that 2 is enough, but my wife wants more. So
you'll have more.
Possibly 41. Good night. Do you ever think about age?
I try not to, but yeah.
Do you ever get depressed thinking about age?
Or are you just kind of like whatever? I don't feel like I get depressed, but I get in my feelings a little bit sometimes. We'll see how this year goes. Yeah. This birthday was last year was all right. The year before I felt some type of way. You
turned 30 this year, right? 30 this year.
Yeah, I might.
29.
I don't know if I'll stick with 29 one more year. I always would say 29 plus tax, and then it became 29 plus shipping and handling.
29 plus.
At this point, it's coming from China.
Yeah.
With the extra tariffs.
No, the tariff. Did you hear they made a deal? A little 90-day reprieve.
Oh.
Yeah. My gov's doing what they need to do, I guess. We don't get political on the show, but why not? It's Monday. No, they did. They made an agreement. I think it was like 150% tariff is what the United States was putting on China, so they've lowered it to 30%. And then China has agreed to lower ours to 10%. Okay. So ain't bad, man. So see, you just got to be patient. Yeah. It's a testament of just life. Just be patient. Take a deep breath. Everybody's like, man, everything's so expensive. It's been expensive.
Yeah.
It ain't going to come down overnight, man. Everything's been expensive.
Yeah, it is.
I won't say a name because I don't talk down on businesses, but I will say this, that we went to eat We went out to eat this weekend twice, and that gets really expensive. But I was pleasantly surprised because we went to one place, and it wasn't local. It was out of town, both of these places, by the way. We went to one place, and Bridget's been she's on like this really good diet and so she's really careful with a lot of things that she's eating, and so she's very peculiar with what she's eating right now. Well, long story short is she just got something real small. I got something that wasn't much of nothing. Children got like 2 drinks and a pancakes. Now, when I say drink, I'm talking like lemonade.
Yeah.
We're talking no drink like the thing this weekend on the square. We're talking just lemonade, all right? So they got their drinks. And, man, after tipping her, it's like $80. 4 of us didn't even hardly eat nothing.
Yeah.
I said, my goodness. So then for Mother's Day, I said, it's your day, sweetheart. It's Bridget's day every day, by the way. But it was especially her day yesterday. I said, whatever you want to do, sweetheart, I'm game. And I didn't complain once about not having energy. I just sucked it up, buttercup, and went after it. So we went to church. The babies got dedicated yesterday at church, which was awesome. We had a dedication service, a Mother's Day service. So happy post-Mother's Day to all you mothers. And if you're not a mother, thank you to all the women out there. Y'all have such a tremendous impact, and you don't even know sometimes, but you really do. So thank you to all the ladies out there. But so Bridget said, I said, well, what do you want to do after church? Let's go eat at Gringo's. Okay. I was like, okay, here we go. Because I know that place ain't cheap. Can I just say that we got I wouldn't say like a ton of food, but we got some food. All right. Bridget, she got some food. Even she's on a diet, but she ate some good. She ate like a chicken fajita taco salad. I like to say that. Chicken fajita taco salad. And I got, oh, man, you like Frito pie?
I do like Frito pie.
Dude, you ain't go get ready for this on a Monday to start your day, homegirl. They got Frito pie enchiladas now. Yeah, you picking up what I'm putting down?
Where do they put the Fritos? On top or in it?
Both.
Oh.
Inside and on the outside.
Interesting.
Frito pie enchiladas. I saw it on the cover of the menu. I didn't even look at the menu. I said, that's what I'm getting. So we got that. The kids got a bunch to eat. They got the drinks. Man, you know what it cost after tip for all that? $70.
Liz.
How was the other place 80 with tip, and this was like 70? And I told Bridget, I said, there's a reason that we ain't going back to some of these places, and that's a perfect example right there. Because I guarantee that other place didn't have the overhead that the Gringos had.
Yeah.
How many know them Gringos, man? They got some overhead.
They do.
We got some overhead. You know what I'm saying? Are we considered Gringos?
Yeah.
So the Gringos. We got the Gringos. I wonder why they call it Gringos. I always wondered that.
I don't know.
What does it Gringo mean in Spanish? Or is it just like a slang or just a name?
Yeah, that's just a slang. I don't know where it came from.
Okay. Denise would know. She knows these.
Probably look that up.
Gringo.
Sure, there's an interesting.
I've had people call them. I better be careful because you never know what. Well, they wouldn't call a restaurant that if it was bad, first of all. Like they wouldn't call if Gringos was a bad term, they wouldn't call the restaurant.
No,
Gringo,
it's not like offensive.
Yeah.
It's just
There is an offensive one on the Riverwalk in San Antonio where they make fun of you.
Oh,
Something last resort. You ever been over there?
No.
No, don't. I took a friend of mine over there, and he can joke, but he can't handle being joked with.
Yeah. No, you can't take those kind of people.
Former friend. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. That's probably why. But nothing bad on it, too. I just hadn't talked to him in a while. But I'm sitting there thinking, dude, you know we're going to this place.
I know.
You know that they're going to be mean. He got upset. I thought he was about to, deck the I was like, dude, that's part of it.
I'm sure it's happened.
Dude turned boiling red, and I kept watching his fist, and he was going like, I was like, bro, chill out, man. That's the whole point of this place.
Yeah.
Like, they will make fun of you. That is what the place is about. If you can't handle the truth, then don't go to the last resort, man.
Yeah, no.
So, it's not good. Anyways, welcome in as we get rolling. Happy Monday. Cool Monday.
Yeah, it's nice outside.
It was 54 degrees this morning when we left the house. 55.
My car said 60.
Wow, your car's lying. It's Mercedes, right? Yeah, they add a little extra in there, you know.
Foreigners.
They add a little extra little umph in there.
It's for the temperature. What they use, Celsius.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. The math is off.
You're in kilometers per hour when you're cruising in. How fast was I going, officer? Well, you were going 6. Well, that's funny. I thought I was going 120.
I did look at that yesterday when I was driving. I looked at it, and it said 121. I was going 70 something, 71.
That's
so
crazy.
I was like, oh.
How do you even measure that? I guess you know because you grew up with it, you know.
It's a weird, I don't know.
Well, it was a great weekend. We want to welcome all of you in as we get rolling here. Another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is kind of like your morning living room, if you will. Here, the actual living room that I always say is over at Linda McKenzie's over at the Republican office. That's the living room. If you want to go hang out and talk, go see my friend Linda. But we are here, episode number 509, and feeling fine here on a very, very magnificent Monday. Big thank you, as always, to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. And also a special shout-out to our great friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They're your full-service community credit union.
That's right.
Since 1957, serving Walker County. We need to have we need to get Cooter to voice a commercial for y'all.
Yeah, that would be good.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be good.
Just that gold. That's like pure gold.
Yeah.
If that dude could turn that voice into gold, be a quadrillionaire. Mm-hmm. Walker County Federal Credit Union.
Very recognizable voice.
It's real deep. I can't even. It's like I'm deep, but he's like 50 octaves. Yeah. He is the voice. Someone I think I've shared this before. Somebody, oh, you're the voice of Huntsville. Somebody, I always have somebody at least once a month tells me something like. I said, no, I'm not. I said the voice, and there will always be the voice, and he needs to have a statue somewhere in this community. It's Cooter Roberson. He needs to have a statue that says the voice of Huntsville. Yep. And I was talking to some folks close to him the other day, and I really want to get him to come on the show and just to say hello sometime. And he's been recovering and feeling better.
Doing better.
So Cooter, we want to have you sometime, brother. I would love to have you on. He needs to put together a book too. That man can tell you the history of everything you've ever wanted to know about this area in the state of Texas. He's a history buff, and his memory is so sharp on all of this stuff. I can't even remember maybe like 10 minutes of yesterday, and that's it.
Yeah.
The other 23 hours and 50 minutes, I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
But one day we'll get him on the show.
Oh, that would be cool.
But we're always hanging out. Thank you. Let us know you're out there, too, as we get rolling here on this Monday. You can send us a comment on the social media feeds. Let us know how you are. And do us a huge favor. Let's have a little gratitude to start this week. And just say hello and say what you are. I know we always say it, but don't ever let it just slide by. Let us know what you are thankful for this morning. I'm thankful for my mom. It's Mother's Day. Did you get to say hi to Mom or any of those things?
Yeah, I got to spend time with my parents this weekend. It worked out perfect. My dad's birthday was on the 9th.
Okay.
And then we celebrate Mother's Day on the 10th. That's when it is in Mexico. But then she also likes to celebrate on, Sunday. So she gets 2 Mother's Days. So I got to celebrate with my mom and my sister. So that was special.
That's cool. So there's a different, I know like other holidays are different, but I didn't realize Mother's Day is different in Mexico, huh?
Yeah, it's on the 10th.
Is there a different name for it?
No, just Dia de las Madres in Spanish, Mother's Day.
Yeah, I wanted you to say that. That's why I was getting you to say it.
Yeah, so she likes to get both.
So
she sneaks it in.
She gets both of them. That's
she's
good.
like, I'm Mexican, and then the next day she's like, we're in the United States.
Do y'all have a big family?
Extended family. My parents have a lot of siblings. Us, it's just me and my sister, and then my sister has 2 kids. So just our little group is only 6 of us. But both of my parents have a lot of siblings. My dad had total probably 20 siblings.
Wow.
And my mom had 9. So it's a big extended family, and then each of them have all their kids. So a lot of cousins, a lot of aunts and uncles.
A lot of good times. A lot of good times. Bridget's family's that way. Easter we get together, and I think this year's like 120. Gets together. The one that was missing was her beautiful grandmother. We miss her so much. She's such a sweet lady. That's why we started doing the Easters the way that we do them.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to get everybody together for Granny, and it was great again this Easter. Mother's Day was great. I told my mom Happy Mother's Day. I gave her a call and talked to her, but I wanted to say this morning that it's such a privilege. I get to talk. I never ever ever take these times for granted. Because, boy, I miss my grandma dearly. I talk to my grandmother almost every day in my adult life, and she passed in 2021. And so I've really made sure that I talk to Mom every day, pretty much every single day. Sometimes I call her twice a day. I'll call her during lunch, almost every day during lunch. I call Mom, and then usually after I've picked up the kids and I'm on the way home, I'll call Mom again, so the kids get to talk to her. She loves that. And when you're younger, like, man, Mom's always on the phone. Like, what do you got to talk? And she'd be on the phone with my grandma for like 2 hours straight. They wouldn't talk about anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing the laundry right now. And then there'd be like silence for 20 minutes. Well, I'm watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Oh.
Then there'd be about 50 minutes of silence. Well, what are you doing now? No, she didn't do that.
No, my mom's one of those, like, she'll fill in some silence. She'll find something to talk about. She's the best, like, co-pilot on a road trip. She will talk to you the entire time. So she's like, no, you're not falling asleep on my watch.
Did y'all ever play games on the road trips, like any type of visual games and nothing, just talking?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Usually, growing up, me and my sister, we would just sleep. My sister will still do that. As soon as she gets in the car, she's ready to fall asleep. Now, usually when we do road trips as a family, me and my sister drive. So my dad's asleep in the back with the kids, and then my mom will just stay awake and make sure we don't speed.
That's a question this morning. Is she real big on that? Don't be speeding.
Yeah, she's like, watch that foot.
You better watch that foot, girl. Here's the question this morning. Let us know what you do on long road trips. We want to hear from you. What do you do on long road trips? One thing that I've really started to enjoy that my wife doesn't enjoy is we AI music on long road trips. She's like, turn that off. I'm tired of it. She doesn't like any of it. The kids and Braylon and I do I Spy with My Little Eye, but I started a new one that doesn't really make sense because it's you could lie easily and win the game, but it's I Hear with My Little Ear. Came up with that one. Okay. So it's like I hear with my little ear a cricket. Now, of course, you're not going to hear if you hear a cricket when you're driving, you're going to be annoyed because it won't be quiet. But we'll play that. Sometimes we'll just go around the neighborhood and I'll tell Brad, I hear with my little ear a car. And I'll say, do you hear it? Yeah, Daddy. So, of course, she's going to say yeah to everything.
Yeah, I hear it too.
But we do those games. One of the funnest games that I ever had, the most fun game. Is funnest a word? Most fun game? I think most fun.
I think it's supposed to be most fun.
Yeah, one of the most fun games. Sorry, I'm not
funnest.
Academic here. One of the most fun games I had growing up when we were driving was license plates. And we would try to, of course, it was during the summer and on the interstate. So on the interstate during the summer, you see all sorts of them. So we'd try to identify all the states. Now, of course, you never got all of them. Yeah. But it'd be the first one to point out a different state on the license. Well, there's that one. So you'd get a point. Then we got into this really cool, let's come up with words for the license plates. So like if the license plate was ABC123, we would come up with, you had to come up with something for everything on the license plate. Okay. So you'd come up with like a story or just something. So you'd be like, oh, well, apples and butter don't make good cream on the count of 1, 2, 3. Just dumb stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you'd come up with something like that. So I'd do that. The one of the most fun also that we did was counting 18-wheelers on the highway. Oh. When we were children, we would go from Georgetown to Pearsall, which was through San Antonio and Austin. That was about a 2-hour, 45-minute drive, 168 miles. Why I know it's 168, I don't know. I used to always love going to see my family down there, so I knew it was 168 miles from Georgetown. When I was a child, I remember sometimes we'd only count maybe 20. Can you believe it now?
Oh, my gosh.
Where did they come from?
That's all I see. There's tons.
Where? Why?
They're everywhere.
I remember it was a big deal growing up to see an 18-wheeler on that. We're like, oh, there's an 18-wheeler.
Not anymore.
And the best thing to do when you saw them? You ever do that?
Yeah, I remember doing that when we were little.
No one does it anymore.
No.
My little girl did it a while back, and that guy was like, man, he tickled him pink. That guy, oh, there's one doing it. It's been 80 years. He was so excited that my child did that to him. And, man, he blared that thing. It was like the most joyful day he's had in 20 years, literally. He's, rah, rah, rah. And it was fun, though. So, well, there is a lot that happened this weekend in our community. I know that you were out with family, but we had the Clay Talsworth Memorial Ride. That went very well.
I saw a couple people posting about that. Looked like it was pretty good turnout.
Yeah, we started out the Legion over at the Liege, and started there. Kyle Kreiner, boy, that dude, we already knew he could cook, but my goodness, he can cook. The brisket, he gave us I never had the burnt end of a brisket. You know, that first slice.
That's my favorite.
Good night, though. And Bridget's not even a brisket eater. She's like, can we go get more of that, please? But we went. Kyle had a beautiful just food there, and other folks. Stacy Lawler was there too, and just great folks. But we started out early in the morning, met up over there. Everybody rode out at 10 a.m. Now, when I say ride out, I'm trying to be cool. Like, we rode out like I got a bike. We loaded up the F-150 2019 four-wheel drive F-150. And went on the ride with the guys. Except they left 2 minutes early. I figured these biker guys would be like kind of like hanging out and kind of relaxed. No, they were ready to go.
Yeah.
They left 2 minutes early, Denise. So Billy and I were stuck behind. Billy borrowed Greg's Jeep, and he and his wife and their two beautiful daughters. They all went. My beautiful wife, our children, we all went, and it was a lot of fun. But there was just a few cars that went. And mainly, it was bikes. And you just kind of went at your own pace. And so we went went out to different places. Cruised through Richards. There's a biker bar over there called Drifters. You ever heard of that? Pretty cool little place.
No.
And it's kind of family oriented too. So you hear the word bar and you think, oh man, but no, it's a because we just did it to support Clay and the family, and that's why we did it. You paid some money to go do all this, and so I went over there and it was cool because Braylon had fallen asleep. And Bridget said, well, I'll just stay in the truck with Braylon. And so I took Caden. Caden didn't have any shoes on. I was like, don't. She's like, put his shoes on. I was like, nah, it's cool. It's nice outside. It's over in Richards. That's why we went through Richards. I've never been through Richards before. And we go through this place called Drifters, real open air. They got a little stage. It was really neat. And just saw Bobby over there, the new, coming up to be the new post commander for the VFW here in Huntsville. So he was there, and the reason you go to these places is because it was like a poker thing. You draw a card, and then they write it on your bracelet, and at the end of the day, whoever has the best hand wins. I didn't get any calls, so obviously I didn't have the best hand. But we went over there, and when I said it's a family, it was the lady right away. Oh, come here, little boy. Can you have a popsicle? I was like, absolutely, man. She fixed him up, had a popsicle. So he was eating a popsicle with his bare feet, and popsicle juice was going everywhere. And then as we were cruising through, I text messaged our pastor here at First Baptist, Jason Bay, because he lives in that area. And I've never been through downtown Richards. Boy, it's bustling. There's a lot going on down there. Nice little, by the way, nice town. I love little towns like that. Never drove through. And so, and you know what? I may go today now just because I thought of it. We cruise. I need to call and make sure they're open because that's like a 20, 30-minute drive out there. But we drove through Richards, man, and there's this thing called Richards Grocery. All right, you know where I'm going with this because you know them little towns that got them little grocery stores, and those are always legit. Yeah. Ain't getting no time for no HEB here in Richards, even though we love HEB. Ain't got nobody got time for that. This is mom and pop, homie. What did I see on that sign? Richards Grocery.
What did you see?
You getting nervous?
I am.
It said right there, hamburgers. And I started saying, you already know.
Those are good.
Whenever it's a mom and pop little shop, you know they got good hamburger. Part of big old greasy ones.
That's what I was going to say, a little bit extra grease.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
One of them places, they don't even need windows because they just rub it on the wall once a week. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, honey, we can't see out the wall. We'll get that hamburger meat, baby. And they just rub it right on the wall so you make that grease window again. Well, I'm going to tell you, I texted Jason. I said, Jason, what do you know about this burger place? And he said, dude, those are some good burgers. And I knew it. But I confirmed with his daughter Sunday at church. I said, now, was your dad just being, was he for real, or was he for real, or was he for real? She said he was for real. So I have got official confirmation that those burgers at the Richards Grocery are good.
Okay.
And so there may be somebody, maybe not today because I got a lot going on, but sometime, maybe on Friday, maybe make my way down to Richards to get one of those burgers. If you've ever had a Richards burger, let us know. Have you ever... What's your favorite, like, little stop-and-go type food? And it doesn't have to be a name of a place, but do you like the small places? Do you like to, what is your go-to, Denise?
I don't know.
So here's an example. Like, you're cruising to go see your family. That's a pretty good drive.
Yeah.
Do you stop? Do you eat somewhere? What's like your go-to thing?
No, I just need something to snack. But I eat a lot of ice, so that's my I just eat ice as I'm driving, and then I'll usually have something like candy or something, just something to chew on.
Better watch out for them gummy nerd clusters, man. You ever had those?
Yeah, those are good.
Gummy nerd clusters, by the way, it used to be the Willy Wonka company that owned Nerds. Why I know this? Because I'm a nerd. They used to own that. They sold to somebody else. At the time, they were only doing like 35 million. I say only, but they were doing 35, 40 million a year in sales. Yeah. Well, whoever got the bright idea, I think it started with Nerds Rope.
Yes, remember the rope. It never got my attention.
No, but and for some reason the gummy clusters are basically the same thing, but they're small and they're bite-sized and you get more crunch.
I like them.
Though that gummy nerd cluster has taken that business to almost $500 million in sales. Jeez. It's the number one selling candy, I believe, now.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
Stay away from them because they're very good. Mm-hmm. They're dangerously good. Well, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back, talk about other things that were happening in this community. We talked about the Clay Talsworth Memorial Ride. Thank you to all that came out and supported Clay. But there were several other events happening over the weekend. We'll talk about those, and we'll highlight some things coming up here in Huntsville in just a few moments when we come back. Hey, you know what? What is tonight?
Trivia.
And what do we got tonight?
Ooh, we got a gift certificate.
Rodeo.
Woohoo.
Congratulations to Delphina, by the way, for her proposition getting passed.
She's very excited.
And I think that they're going to officially recognize that in a special called meeting this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So we have a gift certificate to Rodeo. Am I saying that correct? Rodeo. Can you say we have a gift certificate to rodeo in Spanish?
Tenemos un certificado para rodeo.
I like when you speak Spanish, Denise. I just wanted you to do that. That was really good. We have a gift certificate to rodeo, courtesy of Delphina. And it says a gift certificate for me. It says for you, but it really means for me. Yeah. $20 today. So you can win this, and then you can go to trivia. You don't have to use it tonight. If you can't go to trivia, that's fine. But $20 to Rodeo, our wonderful Mexican restaurant here in Huntsville. And big thank you to Delphina. And all you got to do, because you know what it's going to be on Wednesday? Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
100 degrees on Wednesday.
Yeah.
How? It's going to be 78 today.
I don't like it.
Well, in honor of that hot weather, the key word is what?
Summer.
Summertime. No, it's summer.
Summertime.
Summer. Don't text in summertime.
No, don't text in summertime.
But summer. Do you like those? What is all that? Like, I put some fruit back there. Grapefruit,
limes, oranges, lemons.
Does all that mix together? What if you mix all that juice together?
That would be good.
Never had that.
Citrus.
You have to say it with a lisp. Citrus juice. Text in summer on the Your Name Here phone and text line. We had a few folks that were. I mean, when Rick had told me, he said, "Hey, we're gonna shut down the candy, and so we'll have to drop that sponsorship." And I said, "No problem, man. That's fine." And I had two people that were just clawing to get in on that. And then it's been crickets since then. So no official text and phone line sponsor yet. It is one of the most coveted advertising opportunities on Hello Huntsville and the Good Morning Huntsville show because we talk about your business every single day.
Yep.
And so for now, it is Your Name Here phone and text line.
It's like those big billboards that say, "Does advertising work?" It just did.
Just did. Well, does this work? Are you hearing my voice right now? Well, just did. Are you one of the 750 to 1,000 people that view this show within 24 hours? Then it just did.
It just did.
Your Name Here, phone and text line. If you'd like to sponsor that, comment below. Better yet, email us, hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. I don't know why when I have the graphic up, I'm still looking at the camera. It's like, how you doing?
I know.
It's just habit.
I do too. I'm like,
hey, guys, and we can make our face look. See, look, you can make faces and nobody notices. Like, oh, whoops, sorry. They did notice. Sorry about that. There you go. It is the Your Name Here phone and text line, 936-339-0139. Text in the keyword summer for your chance to win a gift card. Today it will go to Rodeo. This week we'll have other prizes as well. And if you don't win today, you're still in the running. So text in every single day for your chance to win, as we will call a winner at the end of the show. Remember, you do have to answer to win. I've got some other goodies this week I may give away in the spirit of Rays of Hope. I've got some more jewelry. So we've got a whole shebang of stuff on that prize shelf that I'm going to give away this week.
There's some good stuff up there.
And I think, Steph Valley at Magnolia Kennel gave us this beautiful gift basket to auction off. And I think I may end up using that for a raffle for Rays of Hope. Because
that'd be a good one.
We do
that one on top.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff in there.
That'd be a good one.
We do, what's really cool about the Rays of Hope is we do hourly raffles. And so for a donation of $20 or more, you'll get a T-shirt, you get a swag bag regardless, but you'll get a T-shirt. And then you're also entered in that hour for a raffle to win prizes.
Yeah.
So we have 12 prizes that we give away every year at the Rays of Hope.
Perfect. That would be perfect.
Could
for
be
it.
you.
Could be.
But today, text in the keyword SUMMER, SUMMER, along with your name. We'll give away that rodeo gift certificate when we come back. Do us another favor, like and share this broadcast so we continue promoting and sharing all the good happening here in Huntsville. We are here on this magnificent non-mimosa Monday, brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are your full-service community credit union serving Walker County since 1957. We'll take a brief break. Stay with us. More to come as we keep it rolling here on this Monday. We look forward to chatting with you on the other side when we come back. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm.
Hello, welcome back. I kind of hit the wrong music. I wanted this one. Here, I'm going to just abruptly kill it. This is the one that I wanted. It's my favorite one. Remember this, Denise, from last week? It's just so calming. Don't you agree? Listen.
It is.
It's got a little flair.
I feel like this is something they would play like in the lobby of
a fine hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Hilton. Welcome to Hilton Garden Inn. 30. Wait. Welcome to Motel 6. We've left the light on for you. $39.99. Weekly rate
rates.
$249. Monthly rate $984. Just some random number.
Yeah, that was
I said fine hotel. I don't think Motel 6 fits the mold, but we'll leave a light on for you. 57.
Does its job.
Your car lied. It's 57 now.
57?
57. 96% humidity. Calm winds. How about 80 today? 63 tonight. Oh, look at tomorrow. 94. Oh, and then Wednesday. 100 Wednesday. And then we're going to remain in those mid-90s throughout the remainder of the week. The good news is no rain in the forecast all week long. Trinity River's been flooding.
Still going to be...
It's going to be hot. Do you do any pool stuff? Are you pulling this summer?
Oh, I'm ready for the
You're
pool.
ready for the pool?
I'm ready for the pool.
But Karen moved, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you live over there, too, or in that area? So do y'all can you still use that pool?
I still have friends there.
Okay. Will Karen still go use that pool, do you think? Or can you use it if you don't live there?
I mean, she still has friends there.
Does Russell have a pool?
No, they always go to their friend's house, Chris. He has a really nice pool.
So
I think I'm going to go bug Irma this summer.
Oh, man, her pool is legit. Yeah. Yes, Miss Irma. I miss her driving by, honking.
I know.
Just a honking.
I hear her honk every day.
That's old John. Instead of just a swinging, just a honking. She driving that red car and it's going really far. I'm just kidding. She just a honking. She going to that voter office and doing work. Irma, she sure ain't no Huntsville jerk. She's just a honking.
I think she had a good Mother's Day. I saw her post. I think they went to the Astros game.
Really? Did she
her
take
and her mom are huge fans.
She take Miss Lupe with her?
Yeah.
That's Hutto ISD calling me. We're broadcasting their graduation this year again. We do it every year.
Nice.
She called me earlier this week, the lady over there, like on a Thursday maybe or Wednesday. And I was like, oh, I forgot to call them back. So, when I called Friday at 4:50, they ain't nobody answering their phone Friday at 4:50. No. I even left her a voicemail. I said, I know you're not going to call me back. So she's calling me this morning. But, yeah, it's. I wanted to mention a few things going on. We had the Clay Towsworth ride this weekend. That was wonderful. There's also Walker County OEM put on the safety fair. They do this every year over at the storm shelter. I didn't get a chance to make it out there, but all the different emergency departments, first responders, those type of organizations, they were all out there talking about just being prepared for hurricane season. That's something that I think, especially if you're new and you moved here, you don't think about.
No.
We didn't think about it much until we got hit by that old, what was that old boy, Barrel that came barreling through here?
Last year, yeah.
Tree fell on the house. Man, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last summer, right? Or was that 2 years ago?
No, that was last year.
Last year.
But we had just had that big storm,
all that rain.
A couple weeks before that, not even a month before that.
Yeah.
And then Beryl came through. It felt like we had two hurricanes back to back.
No joke, man. I remember, we helped some folks. You're right, because we went and helped some folks here at the church there. I mean, people lost their homes in this, all that flooding.
Yeah.
Trinity River, by the way, right now flooding too because of all the rain, in the northeast. It's been washing down, but nothing like what we had last year, thank goodness. But I'm telling you, Denise, that tree fell right through our house. I don't want to exaggerate, make it sound like it was, but it did. It came through the roof, and we had a little tree branch poking through, and it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks came and helped us out, and we got that tree taken out, and it took us, good 6 months to kind of recover from that. And thankfully we had a lot of help and a lot of support that we're so grateful for. Got our fence fixed. That took a little while, but we finally got it fixed. And there's still a few things that I need to get fixed up, but it's things that people, if they walked in, they wouldn't notice. I noticed because it's annoying me. Like where the ceiling was, my father-in-law helped fix it, and we never did paint back over it. So if you walk in, you don't notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ceiling's pretty much it's like a cream white anyways, but then there's that white patch where the drywall stuff is. No one notices unless you look up and you're like, oh, look at this guy, don't even take care of his house. But we do, and we're thankful that came through. But we were talking about weather and all that. For new people that are moving here, be prepared for these hurricanes because they do reach up here. It's one like Beryl could happen again.
Yep.
And it could happen even worse. I hate to say that, but it could. We were lucky. I think that was a Cat 1 when it came through here.
Yeah, it had definitely dropped down what they expected.
Yeah, so thankfully it could have been a lot worse. And they always say, I guess if you're on that right side of the eye wall, that's where it's. If you're on the, they call it the clean side and the dirty side. If you're on the clean side, you're on the northeast. You're on the west side, on the west side of the hurricane. If you're on the west side, you're on the west side of the hurricane. You're good.
Okay.
But then if you're on that, on the other side, the east side, you're in trouble. Yeah,
dirty.
Just throwing it up here on the show this morning. So be prepared. Just look out for that. And then some other things that were happening. Not just to keep rambling on, but there was a lot of other events. One of them, the Wine Down Whiskey Up, went very well. Bridget and I went. You don't even have to drink wine or anything to enjoy that. I mean, you could just walk around, get your card punched, enter in to win downtown dollars. We found out really quickly that of all the business, I think there was 13, maybe 17 businesses you had to go to, something like that. We made it to 7. The kids next year going to get a babysitter.
Yeah.
But we saw many, many friends just having a great time walking around the square. Such a beautiful night to be out to, and I want to remind folks here in Huntsville how blessed we are to have such a wonderful community. Have you ever went to that thing? It's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nuts, but Pam and all the folks at DBA, Downtown Business Alliance, they do such a great job putting that on, and those businesses downtown depend on that. I mean, it helps their revenue and everything. And they're very strategic because you have to get not only you have to get your card punched by the business owner or whoever's representing the business, but then they put the samples in the very back.
Yes.
So if you want to get the wines and the cheeses and all that, you got to go to the very back. You got to walk. It's very smart how they do it. And then you got to get that stamped as well. So yeah, we made it to like 7 places, and that was it. I feel bad. I'd never, Liz has the Cat Cafe. I'd never been over there, and I've been telling her I've been wanting to come by. She wasn't there, or if she was, I didn't see her. But I went in over there. There's a beautiful little place just down from Will Durham's office over there, down the hill, and that was fun going over. Got to see. I've really taken a liking to a lot of people in Huntsville, especially Kathleen Nitchman over at A Niche and Time Antiques. Just love her. She's such a wonderful lady, and we'd walked in with the kids, and I was like, here we go. We're at an antique store. I told Braylon, I said, put your hands behind your back. Mama, you better hold Caden. And Braylon did really, really good. And I was joking around. And I said, Braylon, if you touch anything, I said, Miss Nitchman, she's got a fly swatter. No, Daddy. I said, I'm just kidding. She's not going to pop your knuckles. Don't worry. But that was a really, really fun event. And then right after that, I mean, the fun continued. Right after that, there was a band that was playing. It was like a ZZ Top. I forget. I think they have a different name.
Oh, what was it? I did see it.
ZZ Tex. Is that what it was called or something? I don't remember. I can't remember. We posted about it.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people.
I saw the pictures. There was a lot of people. That was awesome.
There was a ton of people down at Rather Park jamming out to this group that was there. Was it like ZZ Trax?
I don't remember.
I told you I can't even remember 10 minutes ago. But they were there, and all of a sudden the internet's running really slow here, so I apologize. It was just really cool to see all these things going on right here in our community. And let me see if I can find a couple of these pictures because we were down there. Oh, can I show you something real quick? I always have to brag on my little ones, right? Hold on. We're just going to throw this up real quick. Let me make sure that this is up here. Let's go ahead and do a little share right here. And let's do this right here. It's probably going to echo, but check this out. This was at church on Sunday. And for those of you on Spirit Radio, I know you're not going to be able to see this, but watch this. This is just too cute. I'm trying to show it and look at the. We were trying to leave. We were the last ones out yesterday. See, I'm trying to show stuff, and here we go. Oh, little circle. Come on, man. Dude, what's going on with the internet today, Denise?
I don't know.
This is reminding me of like back in the day, AOL. Back in the day on AOL, though, this thing would take like 4 weeks to download. That's whenever you say AOL. No, I don't got time for that. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, looks like I can't show it. Sorry. Bridget's going to get mad. There was a Mother's Day picture of her sleeping with the babies. I took a picture of her sleeping with Caden the morning of Mother's Day because Caden was crying, so I put him in there with Bridget. And then I took the picture and I printed it, and then I put it on the table and I put Happy Mother's Day. This was it, though. Here's the photo of the Rather Park. Check that out.
Yeah.
There was a really good crowd that was out there.
That's awesome.
And this don't even do it justice. I mean, there were so many more people that were there. We went through so many different places yesterday. If y'all can see some of these photos or over the weekend, a lot of different vendors. There's Pam. I said, hey, get an action shot while you are conducting business. Made it look super legit. Pam was out there, more people. There's the kids. They were having fun, jamming out. Again, the videos aren't playing for some reason, but there was a lady playing an electric fiddle.
I can see it.
She was from El Salvador.
That's cool.
And she was really fun. She was a blast. So she was out there. It doesn't show the amount of people. There were tons of people. Caden was getting down on it, man, when she was jamming. He got a little haircut, so he was ready to roll. This was cool. This was a Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha. That's the wine company name. Mm-hmm. So I was joking around with like, Tasha, girl, you better get in here. So they were there. I mean, we were just walking around taking pictures. Cat Cafe, Rejuve's, Med Spa. There were so many. Mm-hmm. You just got to go out and experience the community. Yeah. It was fun. And then that night, of course, at the Rather Park, they had the Main Street Music Series, which was really, really awesome. So there was something literally for everybody this weekend in downtown Huntsville. And then, Sunday, churches were full. Our church was full here, celebrating moms and mothers. It was just a great opportunity for people to get out and experience all that Huntsville has to offer.
That's good.
You ever get to go out and do much? I know y'all did the Go Texan a couple of weeks ago. We mentioned that. Mm-hmm. So you get to go to a lot of events. I know that y'all sponsor.
Anytime that there's something, we'll usually do a sponsorship and have a table, or if it's an event, then I'll usually stop by and see what's going on.
I never did ask you. Is it okay to ask you this question? How did you get to Huntsville? Because y'all's family's out in West Texas, right?
Yes.
So how did you get to Huntsville?
I had a friend that moved here. We worked together in Odessa. She moved here. She had family in Willis. So she moved here to be closer to the family. I came to visit her one weekend. Just a quiet weekend. It was just like very last minute. I was literally at work and I said, I'm going to take the weekend off. And I flew down here and I went back and I said, I'm moving. So I moved down here the next month. She
how
said,
long ago was
that? This was in 2009.
Wow.
She said, I'll find you a job. And I said, okay. So I moved down here that next month. It was April of 2009. And yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So something here on Huntsville grew on you. You're like, this ain't bad.
It was just so quiet. It was just calm. And it was April, so the weather was nice. It tricked me.
Yeah, definitely tricked you.
Well, it was March when I came, so yeah, it tricked me. The weather was beautiful. We would just sit out on her little porch in the evenings.
Is that friend still in the area?
Yeah,
that's
still here.
Awesome, cool. Mm-hmm. Well, that's neat. I never did ask you. As long as I've known you, I never did ask. Like, how did you end up from West Texas to East Texas?
Everybody assumed they're like, oh, you had family or you went to school, and I'm like, nope, just.
That's so cool, Denise. Yeah. That just brought even more joy to my heart this morning hearing about that.
I literally just came. I liked it, and I said, I'm moving.
I'll never forget whenever we had the opportunity. D. Everett, Steve Everett used to run KSAM here in town, and I just have so much appreciation and respect for both of them, especially Steve, because he really believed in me, gave me a chance to live out a dream that I'd worked really hard to get to. And everybody that's gotten somewhere has worked hard, so it's not a big deal. But for me, it was something that really meant a lot. And it was funny because I'll never forget, and this is something that's really cool about how the Lord works in our lives. It's like I had a dream that I'm not going to say that it was like God telling me, but I had a dream that I was broadcasting here in Huntsville. And then it was weird because I said, I don't know if I should apply to that thing. 'Cause someone had told me, hey, Sam Houston's looking for somebody, or the radio station was. And I said, man, that's such a big, because we had everything going on in Georgetown. I was rooted there. It was where I grew up. So everything was working okay over there, you know. But this was a dream that I always wanted to do Division I sports. And I'll never forget, I had that dream. And then my mentor, Mike Capps, called me. He goes, Rob, I got to tell you something. I said, what's that? He goes, man, I had a dream that you were in Huntsville. I was like, oh, okay. Well, Steve Everett calls me, and we were talking. And he said, you know, Dee and I were laying down before we went to bed the other night, and we started talking about you. And he goes, and I said something about you coming to Huntsville. And he goes, Dee said, well, he ain't never going to leave Georgetown. He loves that place too much. And lo and behold, we ended up coming here. And I think that was just two confirmations. And I do believe that's the Holy Spirit at work. You know, whenever you know that you know that you know, that was one of those opportunities that you knew that you knew that you knew. Mm-hmm. And I think it was so incredible to have those two gentlemen. Mike Capps used to be here in Huntsville. Many people probably don't know him now, but he also used to broadcast Sam Houston years ago. And Mike's the one that told me about, he said, hey, I think you need to get a hold of this Steve guy and talk to him. And so that's how all this ultimately came about, you know. And when I called Steve and I said, hey, sir, I was nervous, of course. I'm like all giddy. He's like, oh, well, we're just going to throw your resume in the middle of the rest of them. I was like, oh, great. So I didn't think I got it, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm selling insurance up in Dallas and insurance training, and then I get a call saying, hey, do you want to come to Huntsville? And I'll just never forget that. And that's a message that I want to share this morning with folks. Just remain in faith. You never know. When you remain in faith and trust that God's going to provide, you never know what that's going to lead you to. Just like your story, you never knew. I guarantee
I had never heard of Huntsville. I knew that my friend moved here, but I had never heard of it. Never.
Did you even know that it was like the prison town?
No.
See, everybody thinks of that on the outside, which isn't fair. That's the only thing I knew of Huntsville, honestly.
Luckily, I didn't have any. None of my family had been in the prison, so I had no reason to know it.
Didn't have anybody here. So
it's just completely just out of nowhere.
That's cool. That's awesome the way it works.
She called me on the perfect day. Actually, she's the one that booked we were talking on the phone. I was just having a bad day. I'm like, ugh. She's like, hang on. Let me call you right back. And I said, okay. And then she called me back about 10 minutes later. She said, I just booked you a plane ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
You flew into Houston?
Yep.
And drove up.
Yep.
Where do you fly out of? And where is it like?
Midland.
Midland?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Midland, Odessa? Do they kind of combine those two?
Yeah. I mean, they're combined now.
Is it regional? That's not international up there.
No, it's not international.
So it's a regional that you fly in and out of. That's cool. Well, it is neat, and I just want to encourage folks to remain in faith. I wanted to bring up something very just scratching the surface of this, but there's something that a friend of mine turned me onto on YouTube, and there's so much stuff out there, right? And I'm not big into like conspiracy stuff or any of that. I think that there's a reason for a reason, you know. There's always something. But he told me about this guy named John Burke, and I'm going to talk to Jason about this guy here at our church and see if he knows about him or have heard about him. But apparently this guy was an engineer. He was agnostic. He was an engineer, and his father was dying of cancer. And at the hospital room, there was a book that was there about some guy that had claimed that he had passed away and experienced heaven for a few minutes. And so John had picked up this book, and he was so intrigued by it, he read it through, the entire book, and full of skepticism, saying, well, this is just one of these urban myths or whatever. Well, long story short is he started to get really interested in this, what people call NDEs, right, near-death experiences. And it's actually, he does a ton of research. It's not like it's some sensationalist type deal. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. This guy really got into this. Well, through the process, he decided to read the Bible. So 3 years after this had happened, his dad unfortunately had passed from the cancer, but from that book that he had read, he started just really wanting to dig in deeper. He still was a huge skeptic. He started saying, well, all these people are, you know, they're out of their mind. None of this is real. Well, he started reading the Bible 3 years later, became a Christian because of that. He said, wow, I've never realized. And so he started putting all these things together and got really deep in his research, and had researched thousands of people now that have had these quote-unquote NDEs or these near-death experiences, you know, people clinically dead. I got really into this guy's podcast. Really cool stuff that just, for me as a Christian, really not that it wasn't already solid, but really just even more so as like, I know I believe what I believe. And I've heard stories from people. In fact, a close friend of mine, when my father had passed away, I had went in there and I'd prayed about something one day. And I said, Lord, just show me a sign. Because when you lose someone like a close family member like your father, it's not that you don't believe, but you tend to question, like, why did this happen? Why did it have to happen to my dad? Why did it happen to this person? And I remember saying a prayer. I said, Lord, just show me a sign, something. And I went in, and of all the people, it ended up being someone that I regularly converse with once a month. And this gentleman told me he didn't know anything that had happened. And he said, Rob, I just feel like telling you today, the Lord's put on my heart that I need to tell you about his saving grace. And he goes, I know that you're a Christian. And he goes, but just know that he's always there for you, even in times of difficult loss. I said, wait a minute, what'd you say? I said, I just lost my dad. And he never talked to me about stuff like that. So that was the affirmation, right? But if you get a chance, look at this guy. It's called the Imagine Heaven podcast. He's interviewed countless people. And the neat thing about all of his research is, and he throws out the NDEs of people that they can't clinically back it up. He finds people that are clinically with the right paperwork from the doctors saying this person died. They were out for 2 minutes. I mean, one guy, it was even like 40 minutes that this guy was clinically dead. And these people that this has happened to have all had these experiences that they describe as kind of that near-death experience or imagining what heaven would be like or touching heaven. And they all talk about God's love. And it's there was even a guy that was born blind, Denise. A guy that was born blind. So if you're born blind, you don't understand what vision is. He interviewed him and asked him, what do you dream about? And he goes, all my dreams are always black. He goes, I obviously can't see, so I don't see anything because his brain's never seen, right? This is the one that really got me. And he said, I've never seen. And he goes, so when I dream, I hear things in my dreams. This stuff gets kind of deep, but it's kind of cool to think about. And he goes, and every once in a while, I can sense touch in my dreams. I think all of us sometimes have dreams where we can experience even smells and touch. Yes. I have. Well, he said every once in a while I'll experience touch, but he goes, mostly it's just black and it's just audible when he dreams. Isn't that weird? He goes, no lights, nothing like that. He goes, just black and audio or audible. Well, this guy goes on to talk about, I think he was 19 and something had happened to him. I think he had pneumonia or something, and he clinically died for 8 minutes. Well, during those 8 minutes, he described what he believed was a near-death experience where he went and touched heaven. And he described being able to see things. And it was weird hearing him talk because it wasn't like you and I like saying, oh, we saw this. The way he described it was like, he's like, I could make out what looked like to be traffic and cars moving slowly. And he started describing all of these things around where this happened, and it was factual. Like these were the things that he saw in the hospital that he was at. And so that was like, wow, that's crazy, And you start thinking, again, skeptical, like, well, it's urban. No, it's this John guy starts interviewing all these people, and it's not even people who are Christians. It's people that have other beliefs, but they all have a commonality of what they saw and what they felt. And it just, I don't know, it's been fascinating watching it. So I encourage you, I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know all I know is his past was he was an engineer. He was agnostic. He didn't believe in God. And through his dad having cancer, picking up that book and then reading the Bible, obviously, and becoming a Christian, converting to Christianity, his life, and now he's a pastor. And so this is one of those things on the internet that I normally don't dig into because I'm like, but this one really intrigued me. Because, after losing my dad and losing other people, you think about those things. What's next? And as a Christian, you know what's next. You know that there's only one of two places. And if you believe in the Lord, obviously you're going to go to heaven. If not, there's another place. And it's not a good place. But I started really digging into this. And if you get a chance, Denise, watch this because
Yeah, I'll take a look.
it's really cool. Bridget was even like watching it with me last week. She's like, oh, this is kind of neat. You know, it's really engaging. So again, John Burke, it's called the Imagine Heaven Podcast. And this guy's got, tons of 27,000 subscribers now. And a really good close friend of mine that I trust a lot. He doesn't just send me random stuff. He's a really good friend of mine. He said, hey, man, check this dude out.
Okay.
So
I'll take a look.
anyways, Imagine Heaven Podcast.
Imagine Heaven.
Imagine. All right. Well, let's take another break. We're going to wrap it up when we come back. We got a winner today. Somebody is going to win. How about a little bit of this? A little bit of rodeo. Can you say it one more time in Spanish? Can you say, please, please, beautiful people, come to rodeo tonight for trivia?
Por favor, mi gente hermosa, vengan hoy en la noche a trivia.
That's so. I got to record this, Denise. Please, you beautiful people. Is beautiful hermosa?
Yeah.
Hermosa?
Hermosa.
Hermosa? Not mimosa, but hermosa. Rodeo tonight. Looking at the camera again. Not even on it. Rodeo tonight. Trivia. So come on out. Be a part of it. What time do y'all get started at?
6-ish.
6-ish. So they need to get there at like 5:30, right?
Yes. Yeah, we have some that they're there. Sometimes I go straight from work at 5, and there's some people that beat me there.
They're ready to start trivia, and you're not even there yet.
Well, they'll get there early and try to get their food out of the way, so there's no distractions.
Well, get there early and text in right now. Text in the keyword summer along with your name on the Your Name Here phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Text in right now. We'll call a winner at the end of the show. $20. You don't have to use it tonight. If you can come tonight, great. But if not, you can use this whenever you'd like. It is a gift certificate to Rodeo here in Huntsville. Again, that keyword summer along with your name to 936-339-0139. We'll wrap it up when we come back. As always, this wonderful, magnificent Monday is brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come as we wrap it up. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Don't go anywhere, please.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
We're back at it here on Good Morning Huntsville. Summer, the key word. Ain't no bummer this summer. That's faux show. Denise Olivas in the house here.
Yeah.
Walker County Federal Credit Union. What are you listening to these days, homie? I have to call you homie. Denise and I, we got a connection.
Yeah.
Through old school stuff.
There was a lot of Spanish this week.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Do you listen to like Tejano stuff?
Yeah. Listen to a little bit of everything.
I can't name many Tejano band. The only one, obviously, I can name Selena because I love Selena's music. But I loved Selena's music before it was like a thing to be, before the TV shows and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That girl was so amazing. I don't think what's her name, Yolanda? I don't think she got out.
No.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. Well, good boy.
I wouldn't want to come out if I was her.
No. I'm going to tell you, man, if she ever gets out, she gonna get out.
It's not gonna be long.
No, that's terrible. I mean, it's terrible what she did, and I heard about that the other day. There was we had a sheriff in town. This was decades ago, and the poor guy was battling alcoholism. It's terrible. He was such a nice man too. He really was, but he just was battling alcohol. It's a disease, and the news didn't do him any good because they were like, and I won't say his name, but I'll just say Sheriff Jimmy, okay, just for a name. Okay. That's not his name, but so the news in Austin was like, Sheriff Jimmy was released today, but he went right back in. And you know what they did? They showed a video of him walking out of the courthouse, like when he got from the jail when he got released, and then they reversed it, and it was him going backwards. Right? I was like, dude, that's terrible.
That's mean.
Well, that poor sheriff had ended up, unfortunately, getting sick and passed away. Mm-hmm. But he really was a really good guy. And he did have the best interest of that county in his heart. He just was battling an addiction. Mm-hmm. You know, all of us have a demon that we're battling something, or we know of somebody that had a demon of something, battling something, whether it be alcoholism or drugs or any of those things. Mm-hmm. And his was alcoholism. But I'll just never forget. I was like, and this was before TiVo and all that stuff, or TV. Now they don't even call it TiVo anymore, do they? You know. No. But it was. I was like, man, I wish I could have recorded that because it was poor guy. It's like, and today Sheriff Jimmy got out and he's walking, he's all happy, and then but he had to go back in and it just reversed the video. Pretty good video editing skills by the folks. What else is happening at Walker County Federal Credit Union? I know you guys are busy signing up people, accounts flowing. Let us know what's been happening up at the cred.
Business as usual. We're staying busy. I've told you, I want Miss Terry to come up here and meet you. Have you met her?
Mm-mm.
You haven't been up there since she's been there, huh?
I don't
You need to
think
meet
so.
her. You'll enjoy her. Her and Ruthie have their little...
Wait, I have met her.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you mentioned her and Ruthie, yes, because they're like friends.
They are now.
Yeah, they had to be.
Yeah. So it feels like there's a lot going on always with her up there. So it's been nice actually with having her there. She's every day she comes in, she's like, good morning everybody, and she goes and she says good morning to each person. She's just very bubbly.
How long has she been there?
I don't think it's been 2 months yet.
Okay, because 1 month is the honeymoon phase. Then after 1 month, then you're locked in.
Yeah.
So if she's still doing it after a month.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
locked in. But no, business as usual. We're just staying busy. A lot of new accounts. Some loan departments as usual. Summertime's coming, so we usually get a lot of stuff for the summer.
I'm just going to say this, and I endorse the heck out of you guys because I personally bank there, and all my business stuff is there, and I've been doing this before y'all were even on this show, before there was any type of sponsorship. So that's what I love about being able to talk about this. Like there's like no red tape when I talk about any of this. There's nothing that I have to worry about saying because it's all legitimate. And I love being able to endorse you guys because you truly do what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. You take care of people. You don't treat people like a number. I've never had one instance that was anything that was unpleasant dealing with anything at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One time my card didn't work, and is it an inconvenience? Yeah, it's an inconvenience. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, I'm thankful that they have the security in place. And you should always have a backup source of funding regardless. You really should, a card or something or cash on you. And so I was okay. And then you guys cleared it up, and it wasn't a big deal, I did want to say this. I unfortunately still have one last remaining account. And I
saw you posted about that.
Then I deleted it because I was like, I didn't want to leave it out there. I shouldn't air that out. And it's not anything local, so that's why I posted it. But then I was like, it's probably not a good idea. But I'll say it here on the show. It's a big bank that starts with a C and ends with an E. It's got this cool little blue square that looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know what that I'd rather it be a circle because a circle, when you're a square, I like a circle. Yeah. But anyways, big blue bank that's been around for a long time. Got big old huge buildings with tons of expense. I needed to quickly fund that account. It's our sports broadcasting. We don't do hardly much with that anymore. And I didn't think it would, but I didn't want it to overdraft. We only have like 2 or 3 big transactions that come into that each year. And then that keeps us going for the year. And usually about this time of the year, it drains out. And then we do some other stuff, and it grows back a little bit. Long story short, it's not really a big business. It's just, we train others and teach others how to do things. So it's more of kind of a pastime type deal now. It's not like it used to be. But it's still legit, and we still run it, and we still do it. And I use that account whenever we start our fall football season up. Well, long story short is I was like, man, I need to put some money in here, but I don't want to drive all the way down to Willis or Conroe to go do it. And it's not easy whenever there's not a physical location for some of these places. Or if I had their app isn't even as good as y'all's. So I go into the app and there's a way to transfer money. I was like, cool, what's this? And it says, set up to receive credit card payments. There's no disclaimer that I saw. I'm sure it was, but no one's going to bury through that. And so I was like, well, you know what it was? It was a merchant services account. I didn't realize all that. I thought it just said accept payments by credit card. Click here and we'll set up your account, or tap here. So I did. I was like, cool, bam, it set it up. So what's the first thing I do? I put in my debit card from Walker County Federal Credit Union. Put it through. They didn't have no problem taking my $65, but they did not deposit the money. And it said it was supposed to go through within 6 to 8 hours, same day. I was like, "What? Where's my money at, man?" And so this dude, horrible service, by the way. I'm just going to say it is what it is, because this little punk used AI. It wasn't an AI bot, But he didn't even proofread what he was writing. And on the response, it had all this stuff, and it said, insert business name here, insert contact email here. So I knew it was AI. And I called him out on it. And he said, well, sir, we don't allow the same people to use their own cards to fund these accounts because that could be considered money laundering. I was like, dude, it's $65. I've been with y'all 20 years. Just put my money in. And he's like, well, this is the law, and we're going to hold your money now for up to 120 days.
Wow.
And so I said, well, I'm about to open up a fraud case with my local credit union and get my money back because this is ridiculous. And they will not release those funds to me. I know it's 60, but $65 is a lot right now.
Yeah.
And so I said, this is the final straw. And I've talked to you about this account before. It's just we have I have 2 other business partners. So it's a little more complicated than just coming down there and, there's a bunch of steps we have to do. But I have now made up my mind that I will be moving that account to you guys as well. We'll do whatever we have to get that thing moved over because it is just an absolute nightmare dealing with these big banks.
Yeah.
And I had to tell that story because everything that I've done with y'all has been so seamless and so easy, and I can put a face to it. There is no call center other than other than the fraud department. But even that comes back to you guys if something happens. I don't have to deal with incompetent people who are just there for a job that are just answering scripts all day. You guys genuinely care, and please, I am so sorry for not moving that account sooner to y'all.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of that putting the technology in kind of at the expense of the service, we definitely try. That's one of the main things that we do is the member service. And there's definitely stuff that we could do to make our life easier, but that's always at the end of the day, we're like, no, because then we're not going to be able to service. There's those people that they will not use our drive-thru. They want to come in. And that's absolutely fine. That's what we're there for. We want you to be able to come in and we want to know your name when you walk in. We want you to know our name when you walk in. We want you to feel comfortable and be like, I know I'm going to go in there and Denise is going to take care of me, or I'm going to go in there, Ruth is going to know exactly what I need to do. That's what you should feel confident. That's your money. That's your $65. That's,
I want my money back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I work hard for
that.
every dime that I make, and for those punks to hold that money and to say, well, this is because of the law, and it could be. He goes, you're not allowed to use your own credit, your own funding to fund this account. I said, dude, then why did your stupid app let me do it in the first place?
Yeah.
Why did it allow it? And I have been fighting them. I put in an appeal, and they've just flat out started ignoring me now. And I told him, I said, well, I'm just going to open up a fraud case then with Visa or whoever I have to get my money back because you guys have literally stole my money and you're holding it. It's my money and I need it now.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. There's a reason that people have been in business for a really, really long time. Walker County Federal Credit Union, 68 years of taking care of I just did the math. 68 years. What y'all are doing works.
Yeah.
And I think what happens with a lot of institutions, businesses, anybody, is there's always this mindset that we got to do more, we got to get better. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's part of the human growth. We all want to do more. But you also got to hold on to what works. Yeah, you guys have held on to what works for 68 years, and it continues to work. I think where the problem happens is people try to start changing things so drastically in this mindset of improvement that it disimproves things.
Yeah.
And this big bank, don't get me wrong. I mean, when they started out, they probably had this great mindset. But then somebody came along and said, well, bam, bam, now I can make billions. And let's change this.
Yeah.
And people want to make money. But you lose who you are. And the reason I bring all this up is for 68 years, our local credit union has remained true to who they are. And that spills over. I'm getting teared up. It spills over. Denise is crying. Into the customer service. And you're just not going to find, I mean this genuinely, you're just not going to find better people who want to take care of your needs and who want to help you out and who want you to be successful, because guess what? When you're successful, they're successful.
Absolutely.
If you're not successful, you ain't putting money in the bank. Banks need money. Credit unions need money to operate. If you ain't putting money in those accounts, they can't loan out money.
Yep.
And nobody's benefiting.
Yep.
So there it is in a nutshell. There's my full-on endorsement this morning.
That's
from
right.
You guys.
So. You know, I mean, we see all of our members. We're out in the community all the time. So, I mean, we want you to be happy whenever you see us at these events. And we want to be excited to see you. There's no reason that we should be out and trying to hide from you because we're like, oh, that one's mad at me. No.
Poor Karen, her office is right there when you walk in. It's all you just walk, her door's always open. I said, I got to watch out because I'd like to talk. I'll go in there and talk her to death, and then she won't get nothing done.
It's all glass. Like, we can't hide from anybody, and we're not trying to.
And that's even you. Every time I come in, if I see you, I feel guilty if I don't say hi to you. You know, no, I don't bug you. I don't come in there and talk like I talk on this show.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm in and out, right?
You are.
I am.
Pretty quick.
I know because I yak too much on this show, so I know when it comes to that, we're in and out. All right, well, let's head over to that 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We've got some people texting in today to win gift certificate to Rodeo. We've had a few people this morning saying, you know what, I want my chance to win. And let's do it here. We have a winner today of Rodeo. How do you say it, Rodeo?
Rodeo.
Oh, whenever we call, you should speak Spanish to whoever answers. No, I'm just kidding. No. They'd be like, hey, that's that thing we did on Univision last month. They're calling. And no, I'm just kidding. All right, let's head over to that. Let's head over. Here's the music to get it started. Here we go. Winner today, Rodeo. Rodeo. No.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Kelsey.
Listen up, Kelsey. I had my dog Mac over there, that golden retriever dog. You know what I'm talking about? I had him over there. Boy, I had him over there, and when I got him back, his whole side was shaved, and he had a big old scar about 10 inches long. And I don't know what you did to him.
Dare put that on me, boy.
I have no idea what you did to my dog over there at that Pretty Paws parlor, but boy, he looked pretty, but he had that big old scar on his side.
It must have been that vet you went to.
Yeah, it was that one down in Spring that took care of Kelsey, first time texter on the show today, and the randomizer picked you.
Hi.
So, well, and she moved away like we did. You know, Bridget and I left, and Kelsey and her family and husband left, and y'all came back to Huntsville, right? Y'all just loved it too much.
Well, you just can't get away, can you?
No, you can't. Well, Kelsey Witten with us today from Pretty Paws Parlor. That's where we take our dog to get him groomed. So, yeah. Well, congratulations. How did you find out about our show, Kelsey?
On Facebook.
Did you know that we did this every day, Monday through Friday?
I did not.
Well, there you go. Well, she's been taking our dog over there, and don't even know we have a show. I guess we're gonna have to go to the big bank now and start getting him groomed over there. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Kelsey has.
No. Once you bring Mac, you gotta bring him forever.
That's right.
No, we're back in Huntsville now. You can't go nowhere else.
Well, Kelsey has Pretty Paws Parlor, and that you do such a tremendous job. You just love on animals. Plug your business real quick, Kelsey, and then we'll hang up with you. But give your business a plug real quick.
Pretty Paws Parlor. You can find us on Facebook.
There you go. Yeah, you can.
That's the elevator pitch right there.
Yeah, but Kelsey's very humble. She's so gentle with the dogs, and like Mac don't even want to leave. In fact, whenever I drop him off, he runs into her. Don't want nothing to do with me. So thanks for stealing our dog from us, Kelsey. You do such a great job. Well, congratulations. Have you been to rodeo in a while?
I haven't. Not in a minute.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go
now.
We got a gift certificate, and Denise over here from Walker County Federal Credit Union does trivia on Monday. So you need to take the hubby, and y'all need to go have a fun night over there at rodeo.
Oh yes, sir. We sure will.
All right. Well, hey, real quick, Denise has a question before we go. I know you're busy, but we always ask our guests this, so Denise is going to ask you a question real quick.
Hey, Kelsey, what are you thankful for today?
I am so thankful for family.
Absolutely. That's
Amen.
A good answer.
All right. Well, hey, God bless you, and we'll get this certificate over. We know where you are, so we'll just drop it off. How about that?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All righty.
Talk to you later.
Have a blessed day, Kelsey. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
There you go. See, because we had that surgery, so if Max finally like on the up and up, and so I took him over there. Bridget said, "Go get him groomed." Kelsey does a great job, so that's where we always go. And we moved, and then they moved right before we moved, so we were devastated because she is so good. I mean, we take him over there, and it's hardly anything at all to get him groomed.
When you find a good groomer, like you gotta
just like getting a good haircut, right?
Yeah.
Well, she does say, if you need your pets groomed, and I promise the randomizer picked her. I didn't just say, "Oh, there's Kelsey, we're going to call her." It popped up. If you need your pets groomed, Pretty Paws Parlor.
Where's it at?
It's like over behind Wiesner. She works out of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
she
works
Yeah.
out of her house. Super easy to get to.
My mom's groomer. She works out of her house. She put the little shop next to the house. Those are the perfect ones.
Yep, perfect one. And Kelsey does it better than nobody we've ever met. So go by and see her. Pretty Paws Parlor.
Pretty Paws.
See, it's a tongue twister.
Parlor. Oh yeah, that one's tough.
It's like my friend Bob. Back in the day, when I had my IT company, we had customers named Bob and Betty Bitter. That was literally their name. So we were like, we made up tongue twisters about the name, like Bob Bitter, Betty Better, but Betty bites Bob better.
Oh jeez.
Oh, Bob Bitter, Betty Bitter, but Betty bit Bob better. just like Pretty Paws Parlor. All right, well, hey, that'll wrap it up, friends. A great week lined up as we will continue promoting the good here in Huntsville. We love all of you. Thank you for hanging out with us every single weekday. Big shout out to new folks joining us, like Kelsey and many others. We're also texting in and calling today. Tomorrow, hey, we've got a special show lined up. Our friend Ruth Webb is joining us. And check this out. We're going to be talking about some blood on the show.
Oh.
Giving blood. Have you ever given blood before?
I have. I used to give all the time, and then I became anemic, and they don't want it anymore.
They're like, man. No, what it was too good. They're like, nah, girl, you putting everybody else out.
That's right.
So, no, we're doing a blood drive here at first on May the 21st. I think that's a Wednesday. I hope I'm right. But Ruth is going to be talking about that, and it's going to be fun. I signed up. I've never given blood before.
Oh, yes. I'm a very big advocate for that. My mom has needed it. Yeah, it's Wednesday. My mom has needed it multiple times, so all of you that donate, thank you. It's definitely, literally a lifesaver.
She's been doing sign-ups here at the church. The coach is going to be the nice one, the bus.
Yeah,
it's like that
is nice.
Extreme home makeover. Move that bus. Well, this bus is moving here to the church at first.
Yeah, they have a nice little setup with those buses.
I think it's Gulf Coast is the organization that does it. Obviously, don't charge anything. Come, and in fact, you get something for. You get points, and you get a beach towel is the theme this month.
Oh, this month is beach towel. Yeah, they always give something away.
You'll get the beach towel.
They'll give you some cookies on the way out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some gummy nerds, maybe.
Maybe.
That'd be legit. I signed up, but I think we only have maybe 10 or 15 spots remaining is all. And so it'll be from 1 o'clock p.m. to 7 p.m. that Wednesday night. It's also our party at the park. And friends, this is open to anybody. You don't have to go to church here. You can go anywhere. You don't even have to go to church at all. Just come, donate blood, and then we're going to have something called Party at the Park at Rather Park. We're doing a full-on service out there in the evening. It's going to be so much fun. Everyone's invited. The whole community's invited. We're going to have worship service out there. We're going to have food. Guys are bringing grills. We are grilling for the ladies.
Awesome.
And we are just going to have an old-fashioned party at the park over there at Rather Park on that Wednesday, the 21st, starting at 6 p.m.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
So you can give blood, and then you can come out and have some
a meal.
Some burgers and hot dogs.
Nice.
Refresh and replenish. You hearing me, Bob Bitter and Betty Bitter? All right. Well, come on, be a part of that. We love you. We'll be there tomorrow, or Ruth will be here tomorrow to talk more about that.
Awesome.
Hey, as I end every show, reminding you this morning, we're not strong enough alone, friends, to make it on our own. We're really not. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand to support somebody out there needs you. Go by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Discover that same service that I've been receiving for many, many years. Move your accounts over. Don't wait like me until they steal $65 from you at the big bank and won't give it back for 120 days. They said we have to do that for any chargebacks. I even tried to do a refund, and it won't even give me. It says we can't do a refund. I said, man, y'all are stealing my money, paying for that big old building in New York.
Yep.
Guess what? I got my little building with big hearts right down the street at Normal Park.
Look at that. I like that.
You don't need
little building, big heart.
Yeah, little building, big heart. You don't need all that fancy. It's not, actually, it's really nice when you walk in. I'm like, man, that's a nice crud up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see you. Until then, thank you, friends. And Denise, thank you for hanging out with us. God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
So long, everybody. Have a very wonderful day. I'm trying to linger this on because I forgot to get the music lined up.
I see it.
Have a wonderful day, Denise.
You too.